Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Alfred. If you're just meeting for the first time, I want to tell you something that might change your orientation. Please just bear with me as I say what I want to say. You are alone when it comes to learning. No teacher can teach you, no lecturer can give you an understanding of your own that will help you. Most of the time, what we have received in school so far has been our limitation. Instead of giving us platform where we learn things ourselves and become the best version of ourselves, we are being indoctrinated into some particular knowledge. I'm not saying it is wrong. I'm saying the knowledge is too specific that any attempt we make to go against what have been taught, they will fail us. And that is what I want to correct. Now, do you know that every information inside of a textbook was written based on assumption that the reader already knows some particular thing? So if you are in the university and you're doing physiology, for example, biology is the prerequisite for physiology, right? Yeah. So the person who wrote down that textbook is assuming you did biology well, and that's not true. Because if you went to the secondary school I went to, you will know you knew maths 70%, your English was 60%, your chemistry was 30%, your biology was 80%. So it's not as if you really finished secondary school or high school and with 100%. It's not possible. Do you understand? But yet, every textbook you have read so far, that's why it is very hard to understand textbook, because it was written based on an assumption that you are done with your secondary school or high school and you understood everything that was taught to you. And that is a lie. Do you understand? Now, every book you read, every textbook you read was written based on the understanding of the writer, and that understanding is not yours, it is his. Are you getting me? I want you to know something, that if you don't teach yourself, you might probably not make the impact that you wish you will make. And that's the discouraging thing about this kind of education that we find ourselves. That is why I am teaching you the skill that matters the most. It's called the learning skill. The ability to learn other things efficiently and effectively. I am telling you these things so that you will put it into practice and become the best version of yourself. Do you hear me? I want to teach you how you learn, because school can only go as far as they can go. Where is your current knowledge on, based on what you have been taught so far? Some of us, when we got into pharmacy school, I remember my first lecture in pharmacy when we were doing clinical pharmacy 101. Some people were asking about Septrin, that's cotrimoxazole. Some were asking about metronidazole, that's Flagyl. I was, what is all these things? I went back home. I was praying that God will help me to graduate. When I was doing pharmacology in 300 level, they started with parasympathetic nervous system, and then they were talking about these blockers and all these nicotinic and all these muscarinic blockers. I did not know what they were talking about. They entered sympathetic nervous system, they were talking about alpha blockers and beta blockers. I was not getting it at all. And then thank God something reminded me that, oh bro, your problem is with physiology. So guess what, I went back to physiology textbook and I read nervous system again. When I understood it, I went back to the handout, the pharmacology handout. I did not still get it. Do you know what? I went back to biology, secondary school biology. And then that was where I stopped. Learning is a building under construction. I will say it again. Learning is a building under construction. You cannot put a block on top of another block if you don't have a previous block. Do you understand? You cannot just put two blocks and then you want to put the roof. No, that's not how a building is built. A building is built line upon line, block upon block. Now I had problem with my nervous system, so I was not qualified to do pharmacology. No matter what that lecturer explained, I will not understand. And it's not because she's not explaining it well, it's simply because I lack the foundation that I really needed to understand pharmacology. Do you see what I'm trying to say? So until you educate yourself, before you even start learning anything, you must check, where did you stop? I'll say it again. Where did you stop? I'll give an example. One time, I think I was teaching in a school. I said, I wrote the word acetaminophen. That's paracetamol, by the way. Acetyl, amino, and phenol. If you don't know what phenol is, your problem is chemistry. You understand? It's not pharmaceutical chemistry, it's chemistry. And if you don't know what phenol is, phenol is a benzene ring with an hydroxy group. If you don't know what an hydroxy group is, you need to go back to secondary school. So you must first of all locate where your problem is, your own personal problem. Where did you stop? And then you go back to that place, and then you begin to build until you get to that place. Do you understand? So if you don't understand what acetyl is, go back to organic chemistry. Go and look at alkane family. Go and understand elements. Go and understand covalent bond between oxygen and carbon and hydrogen. If you get that foundation, you'll be able to put a block on it, which is learning. So for everything you are taught in school, if you cannot locate the previous block where you stopped, you will not be learning. Because learning, in learning, there is what they call encoding. It is when you add or you join your previous knowledge with your new knowledge. And until that bond is formed, until that link is formed, you haven't understood anything yet. I'll say it again. For you to learn effectively, the old knowledge that you have must be able to link up with the new knowledge you are having. If that link is formed, that is when you actually learned. Do you understand? So let's assume you want to know how to read, and then you have been trying to read and it has not been working out for you. Any book you open, you struggle to read. Do you think your problem is reading? No, it is phonetics. You must go back to two-letter word, on, on. Of, off, us, us. You must go back to phonetics, a, e, o, u. You must go back to that place. That's where your problem is. Do you understand? You must know where you stop. I'm repeating again for emphasis sake. Know where you stop. And then you start from that point. Forget about what they are teaching you there at 300 level. Don't worry. You know that you stop in SS2. Go back to that SS2. Go and build that block. Build it up until you get to 300 level. Because why? Your foundation will be strong. If you don't have a foundation, what you are learning now will not be applicable to you. You will not be able to apply it because your foundational knowledge is faulty. Remember what I said about below average students? One of their complications is simply because they have poor academic background. So please take it serious. So nobody can teach you anything. That's why I love learning with ChatGPT. It's a very good tool. Please, I recommend it for every one of you. Go and know how to use ChatGPT. Go and learn engineering. Is it prompting? Go and learn prompting. It's very excellent that you know how to use that tool. It's the best assistant learning tool you can ever ask for. And no, I'm not advertising for them. I'm just trying to be realistic with you. It really helps you to learn better. Do you understand? So no lecturer can teach you. You must self-educate yourself. Why? Because he doesn't know where you stopped. In your chemistry, you stopped in SS1, not in SS3. It is true that you finished secondary school, but Oga, you didn't finish secondary school. You didn't finish high school. You are not that good in biology. How do you want to be good in physiology and pharmacology? It's not possible now. So go back and lay the foundation. Go and start self-educating yourself. That is why I'm teaching you the skill, the only skill you will ever learn in your life. It's called the learning skill. It's the best and first and foundational skill you need. Do you understand? So thank you very much for watching. I will meet in the next video. Thank you.